guys, I'm Natalie. I'm one of the researchers on MaCs project from Newcastle University. As Peter mentioned, he wanted short, snappy, and fun. So I'm going to try to deliver that for you guys in the next 5 minutes. All right, let's get this going. So at MaCs, we stand for Markets for Connected Space Sharing. And at our project, we work to connect technological and legal aspects in order to make better use of smart shared spaces and to strike the balance between the privacy of the building occupants and the smart building innovations. At our project, we aim to investigate the legal aspect of smart buildings in order to develop a data protection and privacy guidelines when you start using the data collected from the smart buildings. And our toolkit primarily focuses on the design of data protection impact assessment. And the reason why we chose the work settings where connected spaces are shared between different users and organizations is that we realize that freely given consent can be quite challenging due to the power imbalance. And for example, when you look at the employee and employee relationship, you might have seen that there's a lot of issues coming around surveillance and monitoring without sometimes the employees even acknowledging that that's happening. And in smart buildings, that makes it so much more easier. And that's why this uncertainty and privacy concerns can really hamper the efficiency usage of the space. And we recognize that there is a fundamental challenge in understanding how to manage and best utilize this smart shared space from both the technological and legal aspect. And to tackle this challenge, what we did was we went and analyzed different guidelines that has to deal with data protection and privacy in smart spaces. And what we have come across is that there's not a single guideline currently out there that look into the data protection and privacy of smart buildings. So we went to the next best thing. We look at smart cities and smart campuses in order to understand what are they doing in terms of data protection and privacy guidelines. And what we're doing is we're trying to translate a lengthy text. For example, as you can see in the dot frame, this is from Working Party 29 Guidelines on Data Protection Impact Assessment. This is not sector specific, and as you can see, it's quite tedious in a way, and there's a lot of references to the GDPR, which some of you, if you're familiar with the GDPR, it is this long legislation that makes absolutely no sense. That's what a lot of people told me. So what we have done is we tried to translate this text-oriented document into a simpler process where designers can apply and it's easier to follow. And as you can see, this is our current draft. You might be, hey, Natalie, that's not a document. I know, but it's actually an interactive document. And what do I mean by that? It's being separated into 3 different parts. The first one, of course, is the overview. We're trying to tell the user, or the designer in this case, who are going to be using our toolkit, of why data protection and privacy is so important to understand and to make sure that this is being considered in your innovation, providing the background, some of the challenges that they may face in their innovation, and of course the objective of this toolkit. And part 2, this is the fun part, this is the interactive part. We walk through the 7-step process, and these come in the form of questionnaires where it will help you understand what are some of the challenges that you may face within your innovation and what are some of the mitigation plans or safeguards that you should be applying. And of course, we also provide resources as well when it comes to the examples of the risk and control measures specifically for the smart buildings. And we also provide some use cases as well where we actually apply our examples. Quick thing, I only got 1 minute. This is our current toolkit design so far, and this form is part 2 that I just mentioned. Last but not least, expected impact. So smart buildings definitely hold great potential in facilitating comfortable and safe environment for occupants, particularly when it combined with other applications. That could be your mobile phone or other IT sources. And that's why this guideline is intended for any personnel who will be using data collected from smart buildings for any purposes. And that's why we really hope that the impact will be that it will help foster innovations and research by supporting designers in navigating these potential complex ethical and legal implications that could arise from their innovation so that it can help mitigate any challenges and impacts that may occur. Thank you guys so much.